Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, we're going to work on one of the past numeracy test paper. Of course, there is a PDF file version on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. This section is a calculator part, so we are allowed to use calculator, okay? Keep that in mind. So question number 26, a Cartesian plan is shown. Select the correct statement below. First one, O is located where x is equal to 0, y is less than 0. So O is here. So in fact, for O, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So therefore, the statement is wrong because this statement here says y is less than 0. So in fact, y is equal to 0. Statement number 2. J is located where x is greater than 0, y is less than 0. So J is actually located on the first quadrant, that is x is greater than 0 and y also greater than 0. So therefore this statement is wrong as well. Third statement. K is located where x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. So x is less than 0, but then y is above 0. So y is greater than 0. So therefore, the statement is true. So this should be the answer. And this is it. Question number 27. The Louvre pyramid in Paris, France, is made up of 4 triangles and a square. Lawrence is hired to clean the interior sides and the floor of the Louvre. Lawrence is hired to clean the interior sides and the floor of Louvre pyramid. What is the area that Roland will need to clean? So what we need to do is we just need to find the surface area of this pyramid. That's all it is. So surface area of this pyramid, so area of the base, because of a square, so that is 35, we times by 35. And then we have 4 triangles, okay? So all of them are the same because it's square base. So we add, so a half times base times height for a right angle triangle. So the base is here, which is 35, and then we times the perpendicular height here, which is 28.6. And don't forget, we have 4 triangles are the same, so we times by 4. That's all it is. So let me just put that on a calculator. So I just go 35 times 35, we add 0.5 because this half is 0.5, we times 35, and then we times 28.6 times 28.6, and then we times by 4. So there you go, 3,227. So 3,227 square meters. Question number 28. Mike put $1,000 into a simple interest account for a year. He did not take any money out or add any money into the account. At the end of the year, he had $1,050 in the account. What is the annual percentage interest rate? So first of all, we know that interest rate is the interest over the amount of money that he put in. So we know that he put in $1,000, and then at the end of the year he had $1,050. So therefore $50 is the interest, right? So we just go $50 and we divide it by the amount he put in, that is original amount, and then because we want in term of percentage, we just times by 100%. So what we do, we just put that on a calculator. That is 50 times 100 divided by 1,000. So I just go 50 over 1,000, and we times 100. So there you go, equal 5. So that is 5%. Otherwise, you can also use simple interest formula. So you can use I is PRN. I is the interest, that is $50. And P is the amount of money that he put in the account. So 1,000. And then we times by R, that is the interest rate, we're not sure. And we times by N is 1. Okay. So now 1,000 times 1 is equal to 1,000. So that is 50 is equal to 1,000 R. And then we just divide by 1,000 on both sides because we want to solve for R. So divide by 1,000. So that cancel that. This is cancel, of course. So 5 over 100. That is 5%. Question number 29. Seed draws a target as shown. What is the area of the entire target? Round your answer to the nearest square centimeters. So what we need to do is we just need to find the area of the target. That is the area of the whole large circle. So first of all, we know that this is 2.5 centimeters. So its sections is 2.5 centimeters. To work out the area of this large circle, we just need to work out the radius first. So the radius is equal to 2.5. We add all of them up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So we just times by 5, easier. So now just put on a calculator. So just quickly go 2.5 times 5. So that is 12.5. So 12.5. So centimeters. And we know that area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi times the radius square. The radius square is 12.5 square. So that will give me, I just put on a calculator. So what I do, I just go shift pi times the answer square. So there you go. 490.87 and so on. And we need to round up to nearest square centimeters. That means we need to round up to a whole number. So that is 491. So 491 square centimeters. So 491. So there you go. Question number 30. The box below contains pieces of chocolate. Each piece of chocolate is 75 cubic centimeters inside. What is the maximum number of pieces of chocolate that can be fit inside the box? So what we need to do is we need to work out the height of this chocolate, okay? And then we just fill it up. So this is X, and then we just need to work out how many of these go into this box, okay? So that's simple as that. Otherwise, we can also work out the volume of this whole box here, and then we divide it by 75 because we know the volume of this chocolate is 75 cubic centimeters. So let's get into it. So let me just do both ways, okay? The first way is we can just simply work out the volume of the box first. So volume of the box is area times height, which is 21. So area of the front is a half times base times height, which is 10, and we times the perpendicular height. So that is 8.25. This will give us the area of this surface here. And then we need to times the perpendicular height because volume is area times height. So far we just find out the area of this, and we times the perpendicular height, that is 21. So that will give me, I just put on a calculator to find the volume first. So I just go, half of 10 is 5, and we times 8.25, and we times 21. So that is the volume of this block here. And then we can actually just divide it by 75. Let's do all together, okay? Divided by 75. So that is 11.55. So let me just write this down first. Divided by 75. So this no longer volume, so just leave as it is, okay? So that will give me 11.55, so therefore 11, okay? So that is 11 pieces of chocolates can fit in the box, okay? Or what we can do, we can find the value of x in here. So we just need to find this length here and to see how many lots of this x here fit into this 21 centimeters, okay? So let me just work this out first. So to work this out, so area, okay, of this, so we just go volume is area is a half times 9.9 times 8. That is the area. And we need to find the volume of this piece of chocolate. So this is x. Let me rewrite this. So this one here is x. So we just times by x. And we know the volume is 75 cubic centimeters. So this one, let me just put down on a calculator. So I just go 0.5 is same as a half, and we times 9.9, and then we times by 8 times 8. So that give me 39.6. So 39.6 times x is 39.6x. So I just get rid of this by divided by 39.6. Divide this by 39.6. So let me just put on a calculator. So I just go 75 divided by the answer. That is 39.6, okay? So 1.89 and so on. So x, this x here is equal to 1.89 and so on. So therefore, we need to work out how many lots of 1.89 go into here, okay? Which is 21. So what I do, I just go 21 we divided by 1.89, and it should give me 11. Let's check it out. So we just go 21 divided by the answer. So there you go, 11 point something. So therefore is equal 11. So the answer is 11 pieces of chocolate fit into the box. Okay, keep that in mind. Question 31. So what we need to do is to get rid of the fraction first. So by how? By times every term by 2. So we times 2, times 2, we times 2. Okay, so let's just get rid of the 2 first. So now this cancel with this. So we leave with 3x, and 4 times 2 is 8. And then 2x times 2 give me 4x. And then 1 times 2 is 2, but minus 2. So there you go. So what I do, I just move x on one side, number on the other side. So I just move this -2 here. I move on this side. So that becomes 8 plus 2, which is 10. And then for this 3x here, I move on this side, become minus 3x. So 4x minus 3x, so live with x. So the answer is x. So therefore, the answer here is 10. So that is x is equal to 10. Last one. A design is made using twice as many large bits as small bits. So let me just let small bits is x and the large bits is y. So this means that y is equal to 2x because twice as many large bits as small bits. So keep that in mind. So we have one equations. The mass of each large bit is 120 milligrams. So this means that the weight for the large bits are 120 times y. So keep that in mind. The mass of each small bit is 80 milligrams. So it's small bits, so which is 80 milligrams. So 80 times x, because we don't know how many small bits there are, but we know that each of them is 80 milligrams. The total mass of all the bits used is 32 grams. So that means 120y, we add 80x is equal to 32 grams. But we know that 32 grams is 32,000 milligrams. So we have to convert to the same unit first. So 32,000 milligrams. So what I can do is I can divide the whole equation by 40. We just reduce it, make it smaller first. So if I divide by 40, 120 divided by 40 is 3y. Is 3. So therefore it's 3y. We add 80 divided by 40, which is 2. So 2x. And 32,000 divided by 40. So we cancel 1 0. So 32 divided by 4 is 8. So that is 800. Otherwise, of course, you can just put down a calculator. So now what we need to do is we need to solve these equations. So let me just name these equations number 1, and this is equation number 2. Now we know that, see 2x here, this is 2x. So 2x is equal y. So we just substitute 2x into y. So now this means that become 3y. We add another y is equal to 800. So 3y plus y is 4y. So 4y equal 800. Now 8 divided by 4 is 2. So therefore y equal 2, but 200. So now we know that x is half of y because y is 2 lots of x, right? So therefore x should be half of that. So which is x is equal to half of 200. It give me 100. And we know the question is asking for how many beds are used in total to make the design. So we just add the large beds and the small beds all together. So 100 and we add 200. So that gives me 300. So therefore 300 beds all together. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.